Hello and welcome to the Discover History YouTube channel, and in particular the playlist for the Battle of Powick, fought on the 23rd of September 1642. Now, as you're aware, we're on to that date now, and even though we've been talking about what the parliamentarians were doing in the area, what about the royalists? Because obviously a fight can only happen if you've got two sides. Well, very simply, Charles I down at Shrewsbury was panicking a little bit because he knows there is a lot of silver plate held down at Worcester. So Byron's got all this silver plate in Worcester and they're going to have to make a run to Shrewsbury at some point. So famously, Charles I, Charles Stuart, King of England, sent his nephew, Prince Rupert of the Rhine, the famous man that everyone talks about when they talk about the Civil War. There he is, the so-called dashing cavalier. Well, he actually arrived in Worcestershire as well, and that's because Charles has ordered his nephew to guard that silver plate with his life. So Prince Rupert travelled across country, and just before he actually gets into Worcester, he stops in the field that we're in, or this general area. Now, we're actually in the area now which is predominantly made up of the estate that is known as Lower Wick. So behind Ian, where he's filming in that direction, is Powick Bridge and the River Team flowing underneath it. Worcester is in this direction here. So very simply, Rupert's turned up and he's decided not to press on for Worcester yet, as he's rode all through the day. He's decided around about 11:30 in the morning to halt, dismount their horses and do several things. One, he wanted to take his armour off. They'd been wearing it all day, so the breastplates came off, the helmets came off. He would have also allowed his little dog, Boy, famously the poodle that he had, to have a little run around. After all, he was being carried predominantly in the arms of Rupert, famously, throughout the Civil War, till his sad death in 1644. And then the other interesting thing is the soldiers would have wanted a bite to eat, and they probably would have had dry rations with them, a bit of bread, a bit of cheese, and most likely a tankard or a jug of ale to drink. So you can imagine the scene. 11:30, late morning, quite a warm day. It's late summer at the end of the day. We know it wasn't raining, we know it wasn't cold. Rupert's troopers would have rode into this sort of area, what is often referred to as Wick Fields at the time, dismounted and began to relax. You can imagine the scene, maybe under an oak tree like this one, where the troopers have managed to catch a rabbit and they're cooking it over a little fire and they're relaxing basically. What Rupert didn't know, and we know this is true, what he didn't know is in that direction, in the direction of Powick village and the bridge at Powick, Nathaniel Fiennes is coming down Old Lane. He is going to enter Cutthroat Lane and he will basically appear right next to where Rupert's troopers are. Let's see what happens when they meet. This is, after all, the videos of the Battle of Powick Bridge. Stay safe and we'll see you shortly. Bye-bye.